Hi there, my name is Bob Taylor. Today I just wanted to share with you my thoughts about the Bryton Rider 530. I notice a lot of times on YouTube people do reviews of cycling equipment that they've only used for a couple days or maybe a couple weeks. I had the Bryton for over a year, so I just wanted to show my feedback on it. So first off, I've had a few Bryton products over the years. I started with the Bryton Rider 330, then moved to the 530, and for the most part, I didn't have any problems with the 330 other than lack of navigation. So that was kind of why I chose to upgrade to the 530, and so most of my critiques are going to revolve around my experience with the navigation portion. So starting with the negative experiences, the Bryton navigation is really not a well-developed product. First of all, it doesn't have OpenStreetMaps, so really all you're getting is follow track when you use it, which isn't a big deal if the follow track is really accurate, but there's a few usability issues that I noticed. So starting with the way that you add tracks to the device, unfortunately, while you should be able to download like a GPX file from Strava or another site, say you're doing a race and you want to download the route that the race follows, you should be able to use Bryton's website to just plot that course by just uploading whatever file you got and then streaming it over to the device. Unfortunately, I found that tool almost never worked. So I would have to manually plot out every route on Bryton's website. So again, if that had worked perfectly, I might not have had any complaints about the device, but in practice, this didn't work very well either. So I would notice I only used the navigation portion just a couple times. One of them was for a race, and just the lines themselves were not very good. So I would plot out, just a straight line on a road that went for several miles, and I would notice, sharp zigzags in the route. And this sometimes affected the navigation component itself. If you had a lot of variability around turns in your route, it can be difficult to pull off. So that's definitely my major complaint with the device itself. Now, Bryton's released a few new units that I think the Aero series that have OpenStreetMaps. So maybe those would be better since you're plotting a route on top of a real map. Unfortunately, I think that it still works the same way where all plotting has to be done through Bryton's website rather than being able to just dump a GPX file or other route file directly to the device. So with the bad stuff out of the way, there are lots of good things about this device as well. First and foremost, the battery life is amazing. I really felt like I never had to charge the thing, and I never ran into a ride where I got low battery. And I usually just charged out of habit every couple rides, but it almost always showed half or full battery. The Bryton says that it should last about 33 hours, and I think you get every bit of that 33 hours. Another nice thing about the Bryton, I never had a problem with the device locking up or having any type of syncing issue, so it was pretty reliable in my experience. So with that said, I would recommend the Bryton to people that might just want a little bit of a bigger screen size to see your basic stats like power and speed, maybe elevation change, those types of things. If you're gonna use this solely for navigation, I would probably recommend looking into something else. I ended up selling the Bryton and going with a Wahoo Element Bolt. Still early on in that device's life, but maybe in a couple months I'll give a long-term review on that as well.